Hi, this is Sherry from the blog OurLifeHomeschooling.com, where I post homeschooling encouragement for everyday moms. In this video, I'm going to be talking about how to simplify your homeschool with morning time. The first time I heard about morning time, I was about 5 years into homeschooling, and I was listening to a podcast in which Cindy Rollins was being interviewed by Pam Barnhill from Your Morning Basket. And Cindy Rollins, as far as I know, is the originator of the idea of morning time. And she was telling how when her oldest child was about 4 years old, and he was memorizing some verses for Awana, she would work with him every morning on these verses, and they would slowly build and learn more. And over time, she started adding things to it, like nursery rhymes or a hymn or a Bible story. Eventually she added things like poetry and artist study. And over time, that expanded and became what is now known to many homeschoolers as morning time. This concept of morning time was a huge game changer for me because, as I said, I was about 5 years into our homeschooling, and we were getting a lot of the basics done, of course, math, writing, science, history, but there were a lot of other things that I really wanted to include in our study, and I kind of wanted to learn myself along with the kids, but we just never had the time for it, and it was just always difficult, and really in the end just got pushed to the wayside. So morning time was a way to bring those things back into our homeschool and also just kind of bring some inspiration to our day. So what is morning time? Morning time is the time when everyone gathers around to do the subjects that often get pushed to the wayside because there are other things that are more important. It's the things that are better studied in a group, things that inspire us. Morning time is for truth, goodness, and beauty to be infused into our day. It's our inspiration for the day. It's what gets us moving. It's what makes us curious and awakens wonder in us and gets us excited about learning. Here are some of the subjects that we've covered in morning time. We usually do a Bible story. This is one we do every day. We use the Children's Story Bible, as you can see. It's well used. We've got some scribbles there. We usually do a Bible story. We do scripture memory. We also do current events. Some other things that we've done are picture study, and I have here some of our favorite picture study cards where we've learned about famous artists and some of their best works. Right now we're working on Sandro Botticelli. Another thing that we've done is Christian biographies. This book, Trial and Triumph, we just finished this probably for the second time, I think. Each chapter is a different Christian hero or Christian martyr. These have been wonderful and really inspiring. Some other things we've done are Shakespeare, beautiful stories from Shakespeare. We've done nature journaling. These are just some of the things that we've used. We've done a lot of memory work where we've learned the presidents of our country, the kings of England. We've learned our history songs. It's a great time to review history songs. Lots of memory work, planets, oceans. I could go on and on with some of the things that we've memorized. We've done catechisms. We've done composer study. Another thing that we do regularly for our younger kids is nursery rhymes. So this is just for the younger ones, but we pretty much try to do this on a daily basis. Poetry. Morning time is great for poetry. It's good for foreign language if you're studying a foreign language, just a little bit a day. So these are just some of the things that we have covered over the years in morning time. Now we've been homeschooling for about 12 plus years. And so as we've learned all these things and studied these things together, the list grows. You know, we go back and review the poems we've memorized or review some of the artists, but really it just grows. And so over time, I put things into these morning time folders. Sorry, I'm not the best at this. and this is basically a compilation of all the things that we have studied and learned together since they started school. This is a great gift that I plan to give to our kids. Probably I'll change the cover for them when they're graduates. This is a great gift for them to leave home and have just this special compilation of everything that they have learned and we've worked together on, all the artists and the beautiful music that we've studied. It's just something special to remember that maybe even they will want to continue to add to. There are some subjects that we like to do every day. That would be probably current events. We usually do a Bible story every day, memory work. For the little ones, we do nursery rhymes. But then there are other subjects that we want to do regularly, but not necessarily every day. For these, I have learned how to loop them. So basically, I make a list of all the things that I'd like to do regularly, but not daily. And when we finish the daily work, then we get to those other subjects. We just start at the first one, and then maybe that's all we do for the day, or maybe we pick 2 of them and do them, and just kind of go to the next one, and then when you get to the end of the list, you just go to the top. Now, the important thing about morning time is to keep things short. You're just kind of biting off a chunk and just letting it, just savoring it and letting it inspire you. It's not to check things off a list. It's not to just make sure you get everything done. Really, the purpose of morning time is to give you that energy and that curiosity to awaken the wonder for you to start your day and to get learning and get going on some of the ideas that you have. How often should a homeschool mom do morning time? We try to do morning time. We kind of aim for every day. Realistically, it probably happens about 4 mornings, maybe 3 or 4 mornings a week. And I'm okay with that. That is good for us. I think it's really important to be flexible because we don't want to be burdened by it. Morning time is to serve us, to give us that enjoyment from these things, and definitely not to be something that feels like a burden. How long is morning time? For us, morning time has been anywhere from 15 minutes to an hour and a half. While I do like to plan out a general plan of what we do for morning time, I do hold it pretty loosely because some mornings the kids really like to linger and we just sit for a while and they ask to do certain things, or they're curious about one thing and we do it for a little bit longer than normal. Other mornings, maybe we've had a late night and they're not really into morning time and we just keep it short and just move on with our day. It can really vary from a short amount of time. I think it's really important to go with the feel and the environment in the house for that morning. So I hold those plans pretty loosely. So how would you get started if you are a new homeschool mom and you like the idea of morning time and you just want to start implementing it into your day? I would start very much the same way that Cindy Rollins started with her oldest child when he was 4. I would just start with maybe Bible verses every morning. With little children, we've done the days of the week, months of the year, your address, just some of those important things. And then add in maybe Bible story every morning. Add in maybe picture study if there's some artists that you want to study, or poetry. Add in the things that are important to you that you would like to learn with them. And just start slowly. And over time, I think it won't take long for you to find things that you'd like to make a part of your morning time. How do you have morning time if you have preschoolers and toddlers and babies? We have always had either a baby or a toddler or a preschool, and we have not let that hold us back. If it's a baby, I might wear the baby, or a toddler, put them in their booster seat with snacks. A preschooler, we like to have them just sit at the table with us and get out their chunky puzzle, or they're just to doodle, with a paper and crayons, or just any little things that will keep them busy. Of course, there are distractions. I've had so many distractions. And some days it's enough that we just kind of say, okay, this is enough. We're going to get going with our day, and we stop. And other times we just persevere through it. We stop and take care of whatever needs to be done, and we just come back to it. Regardless of what we do for that day, we always just come back to morning time the next morning and try again. And I think it's worth persevering through some of those distractions to keep morning time a practice, even with toddlers and preschoolers. One last thing that I think is really important is to remember that morning time is for the long haul. It is not something that you're going to see the results of right away. That even in the first year, your child may not love poetry, or they may think that studying art or artists is really not all that important. They may not take to it. This is really a long process. It's something that you are building on. It takes time to appreciate beautiful things and to grow and to build a foundation of things that you've memorized or learned that you're proud of. And so morning time is for the long haul. You're going to see the rewards and the fruit of this many, many years down the road. If anything else, morning time has been wonderful for me because I feel like I am still able to learn things that are valuable, that are beautiful, that move me along with my kids at the beginning of our day. And for that itself, it's just been such a great addition for us. There are a couple resources that I would recommend if you are looking into morning time as something that you're interested in. One of the best ones is this book by Cindy Rollins, A Handbook to Morning Time. I originally got it when she first published it from Circe Institute. I think now it is pretty hard to find. This book is excellent. She goes through how morning time started in her home and just through each of the subjects that she studies, and gives more details of how they study them in their home, the different things they've memorized, and it's just really, really helpful. Another one is Pam Barnhill's podcast, Your Morning Basket. I listened to this for many years. She just has lots of great ideas. She has implemented this and just had lots of people on her podcast to talk about morning time. And it's really inspiring and gives a lot of great ideas. So those are some resources. I would love to hear from you if you have done morning time and tried morning time in your home. I'd love to hear how it's going, what some of your ideas are. Please share. If you're new to my channel, you can like and subscribe below. I would encourage you also to take a look at OurLifeHomeschooling.com. We have a gallery of interviews with homeschool moms where they share their favorite resources, just some great ideas for how they schedule their day, how they handle challenges. And it's really just inspiring to listen to the interviews of everyday homeschool moms. So again, let me know how morning time is going for you and what ideas you have, what you've tried. I'd love to hear from you. Have a great day with your kids.